And we walk into this Greek tattoo parlour in Athens because it was the only place you could get your ear pierced. And this guy is about 6'5", Greek, beard, tattooed. He's like, "You want ear pierce?" And we was like, yeah, we do. Long story short, we bottled it because we get into this room and it's just like this guy and he's huge and he said he can do it right now. And I hate to say it, my friend bottled it and then I bottled it. So I came home and did what any chicken would do and got a clip-on to see if I liked it. And this is the result. But today I figured I should do a Russell Group university tier list because after 3 years at university, you kind of learn what the best universities are in the UK. You hear stories about certain universities. Now, I'm not gonna name them just yet, but you hear stories through the grapevine, through your friends, you meet people, you visit unis, and there's so much to learn that, you know, you don't find out before you go. Today, every Russell Group university is getting ranked, and it's probably gonna be chaos in the comments. Alright, so you can see that I've got the tier list up on the screen with all the 24 Russell Group universities at the bottom, and we're going to be ranking them A star to F, with F obviously being the worst. Now, yeah, the comment is going to be a bit crazy. Obviously, this is just my opinion. So yeah, stick around to see what ones I think are best and for some funny stories. So first up, we've got the University of Liverpool. Now, truth be told, I've heard good things about the nightlife in Liverpool. Nothing really about, you know, what it's like to go there because I don't have too many friends to go there. But I think overall it is a decent uni. Like I'm gonna give it a C because I don't think it's bad. If it was popping off loads, I'd probably hear stories about it. Next up, the London School of Economics. Now, I've actually got a few friends who go there. They are very smart, very good at econ, of course. A few of them are doing a master's, and they are saying that, you know what, the academic side is very intense and it's very good if you're willing to put in the work. It's harder to, let's say, find people to go out with all the time when stuff was open at LSE than it is, let's say, at other universities like Leeds or stuff like that. They definitely do a lot of groundbreaking research, so it's gonna get a B because I feel like with university, if you're doing an undergrad degree, you know, part of the experience is all about having a good time as well. So LSE is gonna get a B. University College London, again, in my circle of life, people haven't been hitting UCL up. And for that reason, in my opinion, if you ask me about UCL, because I don't know too many people that go there, have too many friends that have told me funny stories about it, it's gonna get a B. Actually, no, it's gonna get a C. It's not as good as LSE. UCL is getting a C purely because it's expensive to go out in London. I don't know anything about it and all stuff like that. And next up, we've got the University of Nottingham. It's quite a big time university. You know, quite a few people go there. I've got a few friends who go there and they say it's good. I know someone who got, but the nightlife definitely pops off, and it seems like all of my friends who are from different walks of life, they seem to have found their own people at the University of Nottingham, which I think is a very good sign for a university. I'm yet to visit it, you know, but I think it's got a good balance of good nightlife and decent academics. And apparently the campus is alright as well. And for that reason, along with the reason of it's not in a busy city centre like the universities in London, I'm a big fan of campus universities. It's gonna get an A. Next up, Bristol. Now, Bristol's got an interesting rep. I've never been, but from what people have told me, I've somehow gathered the impression, maybe articles on the tab or stuff like that Bristol's quite cliquey sometimes. Apparently, yeah, it can be quite cliquey, but I feel like if you look at any university, if you meet the wrong people or you end up in a certain place, you could find people cliquey. It's just about searching until you find the right people. And Bristol received this Royal Charter in 1909, which means it's, you know, that's amazing. Yeah, but once again, in my head, Bristol's just kind of like, yeah, it's a good uni, it's cool, but it's a bit mediocre. In my bubble, it's a good university, but it's chilling. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a C. Next up, we've got the big dog in the UK, supposedly one of the best universities in the world, the University of Cambridge. Now, I have been to Cambridge town for work, and I have been to the University of Cambridge itself inside the colleges and had a little gander around as I snuck in once. That was a vlog. The facilities at Cambridge University, I went into the business school, and the buildings are great. It's just quite good, like, energy in there. And I'd say that I personally am a huge fan of the college system. Now, when I was in Australia, I stayed at St Paul's College, great college, and that was based on the Oxford-Cambridge model. and I had such a good time there that I feel like I'm gonna have to give Cambridge an A. And the reason why I'm not giving it an A star, despite liking everything, I feel like if I went to Cambridge, I feel like I'd be a very different person right now. And I'm very happy with the person I've become from being at York University. If I was at Cambridge, who knows what would happen? Would I become, you know, super into work all the time? Would I have discovered this creative side of things? Yeah, I'd probably have a lot more YouTube views because Cambridge vlogs pop off. But I wonder if was that truly the right environment to be in for 3 years. For me personally. For some people it is. And for that reason I'm giving it an A. Okay, we need to start cracking through these now. Cardiff University. What do I know about this one? I've got a few friends that go there. They say that the nightlife pops off, drinks every night. I think it's near a beach, and there's loads of like barbecues on the beach, loads of drinking on the beach, and it sounds pretty cool, to be honest with you. Hookup culture's big there, so a lot of people would like to know about that before they go to university, but obviously, come on, like, university hookup culture is not a thing. It's all about your own game, and they've got a good rugby team, I think, but academically, you know, they're chilling. Quite a few random rogue stories from the tab surrounding Cardiff. They're gonna get a B. The University of Exeter, now this one I've been to as well. The campus, it gives me York vibes, okay? Like, the campus is very nice, a nice scenery around the town. The Exeter does have beaches, a bit closer by. They have a stronger surf society, which I quite like. The stories I've seen, it looks a pretty good time. I'm gonna give it an A. Based on the stories I've seen, what people have said, the type of people that are there that I know I'm good friends with, so I kind of feel like I'd fit in there. There is a bit of an Exeter stereotype, so would I be involved in that? Boy, it's a tough one. The Exeter stereotype is like flares and all that sort of jazz, but personally, I don't mind it. Next up, Newcastle. Nightlife slaps, everybody knows that, Geordie Shore. I've been to Newcastle, the town's very nice, it's very busy. They've got Newcastle FC, Mike Ashley, Callum Wilson. You know, I'm gonna give it a B. It's fallen down the rankings a lot recently. But moving on to Queen's University, Belfast, I haven't got a clue about it. My knowledge of this university is zero. And for that reason, I'm gonna give it the first F of the day. You know, it's not personal. Sometimes you have to put stuff on F, just so, you know. Anyway, University of Southampton, chillin'. One of my best friends from primary school went there. He worked at Southampton Football Club for a bit, flipping burgers, does econ. I don't think it's as good as York. I think it's pretty mediocre. It's a nice campus. People seem chill. It's a C. King's College London, again, like in London, my gut just says like, it's cool, but something about me just says, not a fan of the logo. I don't really know too much about this one again, so I'm gonna give it an F. So basically, the deal is, if it's got an F, please don't take it personally. Durham, F. You know, okay, no, I'm joking. Okay, here's the thing, right? Durham's York's rival, that was a joke there, but Durham University, it's got like a semi-collegiate system, I believe, and it's a good university. And you know what, I reckon I would fully get around Durham. Campus nice, education seems good, collegiate system I'd love. So it looks like it's going to be up there, but then I think, you know, sometimes I wonder, the people that I know that go to Durham, I'm cool with them, but they're not quite my type of people. So I feel like for that reason, it's going to stay with a B. The University of York. I owe a lot to it. I'm not going to jabber on about it, but essentially, like, it's just one of them things where it's definitely going to be an A star. Check my videos, I've given it enough praise over the years. University of Exeter again, that means we are missing one of the Russell Group universities because I've accidentally got Exeter twice. If you can guess this, I'll be very impressed. What one I'm missing, I don't have no clue. Manchester, I've been to Manchester. When I was in Manchester, I was walking around with some of the streets. There was quite a few shoes tied up and chucked over the telephone wire, which I believe symbolises gang control. But the town itself was nice. Plenty of stuff happening in Manchester. The university's huge, nightlife pops off, but once again, I kind of like the smaller universities where the nightlife, you see the same sort of people, you get to know that real student community. In Manchester, I'm not too sure how much of that community you can truly get because it's so big. So I'm going to give it a C, although if that's your style, you'd probably love it. Glasgow, Scotland, I feel like I want to go to Scotland for the scenery, for the views, for just the different culture. It's a good university, don't really know too much about it. Something about it, just that I feel inclined to put it on a B. Oxford again, I feel like I'd like Oxford a lot. Collegiate system, very similar to Cambridge. My opinion is that it's almost a bit more chill academically than Cambridge, although I don't know where I've got that from, it's just what my feeling is telling me. So I'm actually, for that reason, I'm gonna put it on an A-star. I feel like for me, this would get me the YouTube views. I'll be in a college, I'll be chilling in a nice area. I'll probably meet some chill people again, but I'd have to search harder to find my group. But part of me just feels like, yeah, I'd probably be a bit too academic right now, but Queen Mary, I visited there. They had a nice lake running through campus back 3 years ago. For that reason, I'll give it a C. Since then, I haven't really heard too much about it. It's just kind of chilling. Edinburgh as well, yeah, Edinburgh's... So Edinburgh, I feel like my friends always said to me, bro, have you ever been to Edinburgh? I was like, no, I have never been. They said that all the girls that my friends are fancying from Tinder were from the University of Edinburgh. But that's not why it's top. It's top because Scotland is just a cool place to go. Edinburgh campus is very nice. And I feel like I like the idea of going to university in a different country. Don't know too many people from the University of Edinburgh, but I think a lot of people from London and England go up there. So for me, my gut says Edinburgh could be something special. Sheffield slaps. I've been there several times. My good friends David and Bailey went there. Made a video about the accommodation you shouldn't go to in first year essentially. But they've got great friends, cheap town, great strip of clubs like reminding me of Zante, great food, and everybody, and there seems to be a great balance of people and, you know, from all different walks of life, sports pop off. I feel like Sheffield's a very, very good candidate for me if I didn't go to the University of York, because they're on a similar wavelength. Academically, decent. Warwick, good athletics track, I think they're chilling. One of them ones, give it a B. Birmingham, few friends there, seems to pop off. I don't know really, obviously Owen, who came on the podcast, his house got robbed while he was awake during the day. He's from Birmingham. But from my understanding, it's a very good university in terms of all round, like nightlife, academics, campus, people. Like I would happily go to Birmingham for sure. Finally, Imperial College London, but this one's gonna be a C because, don't know, it's just there, you know? Yeah. So yeah, there's my opinions in brief on the Russell Group universities in the UK. There's what I personally would rank them in terms of just my gut feeling that's accumulated throughout the years. I don't know what the time is, but I've been on Zoom every day and my brain is fried, so my coherency is now lost. But subscribe down below, support the channel, buy a phone wallet, you won't regret it. They are the best things for university and nightlife at the moment, pound. And yeah, thank you very much, see you soon.
All up in my head, that's how I behave. Passing up the same, waking up the same. All up in my head, that's just how I behave.